Thomas Isidore Noel Sankara was born on December 21, 1949, in Yako, a small town in what was then Upper Volta, a French colony in West Africa. From an early age, he showed above-average intelligence and a restless spirit that would lead him to question social injustices and the heavy weight of European colonialism on his country. The military life and political awakening. As a teenager, Sankara joined military schools where he quickly stood out for his discipline, eloquence, and critical thinking. It was within the military that he came into contact with revolutionary and liberation ideas. Readings of Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, Che Guevara, and African leaders such as Kwame Nkrumah and Amilcar Cabral shaped his worldview. For Sankara, the military should not simply be a force of repression, but a tool for popular liberation. He believed that soldiers had to work side by side with the people, building, protecting, and defending national sovereignty. The 1983 Revolution. In 1983, after a series of political crises and power struggles, Sankara, at only 33 years old, came to power through a popular and military uprising. Once president, he took his first symbolic step, changing the country's colonial name, Upper Volta, to Burkina Faso, which roughly translates to Land of Upright People. This change was not just symbolic, it represented a break with the colonial past and an affirmation of African identity. Radical reforms and true independence. During his 4 years in power, Sankara implemented profound transformations that disturbed both local elites and foreign powers. Fighting corruption. He cut the privileges of politicians, reduced the salaries of high officials, and led by example by living simply. Food sovereignty. He launched agricultural programs that made the country self-sufficient in food. Women's rights. He banned female genital mutilation, promoted women's participation in politics, and fought against forced marriages. Education and health. He began mass literacy and vaccination campaigns, drastically reducing child mortality. Breaking with imperialism. He rejected loans from the IMF and World Bank, denouncing foreign debt as a mechanism of submission. Sankara once declared, "Debt cannot be repaid because if we don't pay, the creditors won't die, but if we do pay, we will die." Such statements made him admired by African peoples, but feared and hated by Western governments and local elites. Enemy of colonialism, Sankara never remained silent in the face of injustice. On the international stage, he openly condemned French neocolonialism, denounced the plundering of African resources, and demanded that Africa write its own destiny. He refused to live like a traditional head of state. While other presidents rode in luxury cars, Sankara drove a modest Renault 5, considered the cheapest car in Burkina Faso. His vision was clear: leaders should serve the people, not serve themselves. Assassination and betrayal. But such boldness came at a price. On October 15, 1987, Thomas Sankara was assassinated in a coup d'etat led by his former ally and close friend, Blaise Compaoré. The coup not only ended his life, but also erased much of the progress he had achieved. Many believe that foreign powers, particularly France, were involved or at the very least aware of the plan to eliminate him. At just 37 years old, Sankara's life was cut short, but his legacy grew even larger. An immortal legacy. Today, Thomas Sankara is remembered as the Che Guevara of Africa, a leader who dared to dream of an independent, just, and united continent. His image inspires social movements, young leaders, and millions of Africans who see in him a symbol of dignity and courage. His story proves that the fight for African sovereignty was never only against weapons and armies, but against economic and political systems designed to keep the continent submissive. Sankara was killed, but his ideas remain alive. And it is precisely because of this that he is still feared by the enemies of a free Africa.